Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hey, y'all. It's Friday. I love y'all. It's been a rough day, but I want to thank God just for bringing me through this week. And anybody that's watching me, I thank God for you as well. I thank you for everyone that is joining me tonight. I'm not going to be before you long. I'm just going to share some thoughts that I had from some things that I posted earlier this week. And if I miss anything, I'll definitely respond to your comments a little later this evening. But anyway, tonight's topic was hindering each other's healing. So as I saw a post earlier this week in a group that I'm in, and somebody posted that when we heal ourselves, we heal our mothers, our daughters. For a man, it would be their fathers, their sons, and somebody adamantly disagreed. She was upset. She said that, sometimes the only person that you need to focus on is healing yourself, or that even if you are healing yourself, nobody else is being healed. She did agree that it could be your daughter, but in this instance, she did mention that she had a pretty bad relationship with her own mother, and she doesn't believe in her healing. And so one of the things that came to my mind in that is that sometimes we don't allow people to heal. Sometimes people are really honestly trying to heal from the things that they've been through. And especially when we think about our parents, because for myself in particular, having been raised by my great aunt, when I was younger and all of the things that I was experiencing with her, I didn't really have the ability to see her as just a human being, another woman who's like myself, who has emotions, who she hurts. I could only see her as this monster who was constantly hurting me. And anybody who knew me probably, 20 years ago, that's the only picture that I would paint of her. I think that as I got older and, as God has taken me through my own healing journey and process, and even things that I have done in reference to life and how I may have created some sort of trauma in my own children's lives, I realized that as mothers and fathers, when we make mistakes, when we don't give our children everything that they need, whether that's emotionally, financially, or, a lot of times we're hurting. And we're holding that against ourselves. And it's difficult to even forgive ourselves. But when it's something that's constantly held against us, we don't have the ability to start that process. And sometimes we don't allow people that space because we're so focused on the hurt that they caused us. If they physically abused us, if they verbally abused us, sometimes we're so focused on that we don't have the ability to see beyond it, to see that they are trying to heal. We don't have the ability to see that they have suffered at some point from their own trauma. And I realized with my own great aunt, she was a very hard person. She had a very hard exterior. But I also began to realize that she probably built that wall as a result of not wanting to be hurt anymore. Because again, she had her own trauma that until I became a grown woman didn't understand. And she had cocooned herself to basically stay safe from the world. And I think also to meet the challenges that she had in raising us. She raised her children. She had 6 of them. She raised my grandmother, my mother, my uncle. She raised many of her great nieces and nephews. And she was actually very strong. And there are some very positive and beautiful things that she instilled in me that have made me strong, that when I was still in my pain and in my hurt, I didn't have the ability to acknowledge or even see. So I say that to say that I want you to just really give people the space sometimes when they're talking about, they're processing their own healing, or they're trying to give you some sense of, please forgive me. They're trying to apologize. Sometimes, we're still so caught up in our hurt that it's like, oh, I don't want to hear that right now. Or, it happened and we're holding it against them, or we're always bringing it up and we're reminding them of that thing that they did, but know that they're also hurting. I think in addition to that, the other thought that I had that I really wanted to make it a point to share is that, like I said, she had this hard exterior. She learned how to shut out the world so that she could deal with her challenges every day, but she also put herself in a position where she was crying and suffering alone. I think the first time that I ever realized that she even cried was when her last daughter passed away. At the funeral, she had an enormous meltdown. And that was the first time that almost, I think, any of us had really seen her cry. And I think in that moment, I realized, and even now, as I continue to mature and I grow in my own healing walk, that she was holding in a lot and she was suffering alone. And that's the other thing. Sometimes we do have people around us who they try to support us in the things that we're going through. They want to love us through those things. And we've built that hard exterior and we don't want anyone coming in. And our pride is saying, keep that person locked out. We've been hurt so much and we're conditioned so much to believe that we're going to be hurt again that we don't want to let anybody in. So we're suffering by ourselves when we don't have to all the time. So I just say that to say that, give people some grace and really try to see it from a perspective outside of your own pain. And I know that that is really difficult to do because it took me 20 years to learn how to see this individual outside of the pain that I felt was caused by her. And I think that now as a grown woman, I have the ability to see beyond just the things that she did that caused me pain. I also understand that there were very beautiful things that she instilled in me as well. My mother, I think that also not just mine, but probably many mothers out there, they're suffering from their own unhealed trauma. They don't know exactly how to address us always in the situations that they're in, or we're in. Sometimes they're just repeating the things that they were raised with. They're repeating the things that they know. And if somebody has been drilling a certain thing into you and that's the way that they responded to certain situations, it could be difficult to navigate you appropriately through certain things that you experience because they truly just don't know how. And sometimes I think that if we really understood the level of pain that somebody might be going through and some of the things emotionally that they don't give us access to, we probably wouldn't judge so harshly, right? Because a lot of times we're looking at people and we're judging the way that they are, the way that they're raising us. We're thinking about the things that they didn't give us as children and all of those things. But we don't even understand that what we see now, like if we only understood the level of them thinking, man, I'm just holding it together. If we understood the enormous level of pain that sometimes they're going through and the thought that I really want to give up. So if you knew and understood truly how much I was really going through, how much crying I do when you don't see me or just crying on the inside or, I'm just trying to make it. And sometimes, like I said, once things have happened, a lot of times people don't forgive themselves so easily and so readily, and they hold it against themselves and they're tormented by it. And then here we come and we don't give them that space. So to the young lady who was upset with her mother, I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm not saying that I don't understand that. I'm just saying offer her some grace to see it, enough grace to see it from a different perspective, right? Because even with God, isn't that how he is with us as his children? We do certain things. We find ourselves in certain situations that 9 times out of 10 we walked ourselves into, but God had the grace to save us from. And so I think, and then even after, we're still holding it against ourselves. We're like, oh, I can't believe I did that thing, or I feel so bad about that thing that I did. And God is like, listen, I've let it go and you're tormenting yourself. So just kind of be aware of that sometimes people are going through their own torment, and make sure that you give them the space to actually heal when they're trying to process their stuff and they're offering you that apology. Even if it's not necessarily coming the way that you want it and they can't find the words that you would want to hear, let's start with just the fact that there's an acknowledgement. Let's start there and let's take it from there. And sometimes it takes to have an objective third party present. Again, I try to talk to you about normalizing therapy and those kind of things because sometimes you need that mediator. But just really give people the space to heal and give yourself the space to heal. Forgive yourself for what you didn't know when you don't know it. And when you learn and you know better, do better. Aside from that, I just wanted to give a plug for a book. I believe it's called, and I don't want to mess this up, but I didn't have a chance to really look at my notes, but I read the book because remember last week I told you that I would critique the new book that I had read and whether or not it was something that you guys should check out. So it's just a small little devotional. It's called Living in Faith Every Day. It's a good, it's like 3 chapters long, not very long, because I know some of us, if you like me, you're super busy, and then the downtime that you do have, you just kind of seem like you have some undiagnosed ADHD. But it's a short read, and then there's just some devotional things that you can do in the back. So I encourage you to go read that, and I'm absolutely going to go back, make sure that I quoted the title correctly. If I didn't, I apologize to the author, Pastor John Richardson, but I will post it in the comments. But anyway, I just really wanted to come on quickly because I promised you guys that no matter what's going on in my life, as long as I'm able, I'm going to make sure that I get on with you guys and just share with you what's on my spirit and make sure that I'm available to you, because I want everybody here to know how much I love you. If nobody told you today, I love you. You're beautiful. You're handsome. You're amazing. And get ready for the next level. So I want to make sure that you all know that. And I'm going to try to always be here at 7:00 faithfully on Fridays. And today was just a busy day because I had to work late. The mister had to work late. And so now we're trying to finagle our schedule, and we have a pretty busy weekend coming up as well. But I just really wanted to jump on real fast and love on everybody. I thank everybody who took the time out to come sit with me, to come let me love on you. If there's things that you guys want to talk about, I encourage you again to get into my inbox, send me a message. And I'm here. I'm here if you need me, if you need to talk. I know this is a very difficult time for some people because the holidays are coming up. You're missing your loved ones. You're thinking of all the memories that you had. But I just want you guys to know that, you know what? The memory is what keeps them here with us. The conversations that we have about them, the pictures. I'm a big picture taker, and I believe in taking pictures so that we can share those memories with those that come behind us and are left still here, and just love on our people. And you guys, I just encourage you that whether you're at work with your coworkers, if you're going to school, whatever daily activities you have, even if you're going to church, y'all, if y'all meet at the temple, whatever it is that you do, be mindful. Notice the people that are around you, especially the ones that you see regularly and they're having major personality changes and things like that again. And I'm sorry, Shamitra's asking what's the email address. My email address, you can actually reach me at michellelove864@yahoo. Now, when I said my inbox, I really was talking about my messenger inbox, which is where most of you would connect with me here, but you can also send me an email. So it's just my first and last name. It's spelled on my page, 864@yahoo.com. But again, just reach out to me if you're feeling down, hi Jeanette, if you're feeling down and, just kind of in your feelings, or if you just want to be loved on or love on somebody, let's do it. But again, make sure that you guys are really aware of, the people around you. Okay. And check on your people. This is a difficult time. A lot of people, even myself included, we've lost a lot of people this year. There's a lot of people that I talk to that you guys, death is happening so frequently that it's the norm for everybody. So we all have to check on our people, especially those who might get down. And if you're someone who's so down, listen, if you have any suicidal ideations, I really, really mean it when I say that you can reach out to me by whatever means is necessary. My phone number is 303-349-3435. You can call me. It's never that deep, but I also know that it's real. And so I encourage you to reach out to somebody that you know, reach out to myself. There are many therapists and things out there that are available to help you. If you have a job, your workplace has what's called the EAP program, Employee Assistance Program, and typically they will pay for like 5 to 7 sessions, I think, of free therapy. So if you need somebody to talk to and you don't want to talk to your family, you don't feel comfortable talking to your friends, I encourage you to reach out to the EAP program and ask for the help that you need. But if you're someone out here that you're hurting so much that you're thinking about hurting yourself or even someone else, please reach out to, there's I'm going to post the hotline for you guys for the national suicide. I'm going to post all of that in the comments, but there's many organizations that are here for you right now and designed to help you out. So, I might even jump on tomorrow and just give you some additional resources for places and things that you can go around the holiday, because some of you just don't want to be alone, and you don't have to be. There are many places that are going to be providing for everyone through this season. So I just want to encourage you all. I thank you all for joining me. I absolutely love you guys. I hope that there was something that I said that touches your spirit. If I did, please do share the content. I'm just here to love on people and allow your love and light to come through and love on me. So I will see you guys next week. And I promise that if I have the ability, we're going to have a longer show. Just tonight, there was a lot going on and I have to do what I have to do to provide right now, but I'm also walking in faith that God finna take me away from one of these jobs, y'all. Won't he do it? I'm speaking it into existence with y'all live right now. He's finna take me next level, and let me tell y'all, when I get next level, y'all going to. So I love you guys, and I will see you next week. Until then, I will absolutely miss you, but I am available. Mwah.